Technology.
What is technology?
Technology is the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, especially in industry.
But what really is technology? Technology has become something that controls our lives. It's become an obsession.
91% of teenagers report going online daily on mobile devices, including 24% that say they go online constantly.
Almost 3/4 of teenagers have or have access to a smartphone.
This number has grown exponentially over the past 5 years.
It is said that almost 60% of teenagers in this age group go on social media several times a day.
Social media is one of the major components in the life of a teen.
We've come to the point in civilization where social media accounts and pages are a necessity to teenagers every day. They show us the latest trends, music, best technology use, fashion, and yourself.
The minimum age on social media users is 13 years old, yet there are 5 million users that are under the age of 10.
Even 4% of Facebook users are under the age of 6.
This has become a growing obsession that has caused our generation to grow careless as well, where there are children under the age of 10 posting phone numbers, home addresses, pictures of themselves, and their real names.
Females and males who are younger tend to use technology in a different way than older teens. Several studies suggest that girls who reach puberty at an earlier age causes them to be more stressed.
The girls that are hitting puberty early have the stress of what's going on with their body, but as well as the use of social media affect the way that they should look.
These girls stand out among their male and female peers, and by seeing what's on social media, they could try to use makeup and or dressing up to improve their feelings and self-confidence.
The girls who mature early are usually dissatisfied with their physical appearance and are especially vulnerable to low self-esteem, while females who experience late maturation may have similar feelings.
They feel like they are being left behind physically. Social media displays images on how mature a female figure should be.
In human development and family studies, we learned that when girls mature earlier, it's more stressful for them.
When girls mature earlier, they also are more likely to show risky behavior, start dating earlier, and have a higher risk of a behavior problem.
What some teens don't realize is that during adolescence, everyone goes through puberty at their own time and pace.
Everyone has a different body type and develops at different rates, but they still end up wanting to achieve this ideal body.
Just by looking up #thigh gaps on Instagram, one can see pictures that can be gruesome for some viewers, but also inspirational for others, mainly female teenagers.
They will try anything to maintain this ideal body image, which includes partaking in eating disorders.
The two most common eating disorders are anorexia and bulimia.
Anorexia is when someone sees their body as fat and is scared to gain weight and refuses to stay at the weight they're at, even if it's already unhealthy. While bulimia involves eating a lot of food at once and then preventing the body from absorbing it, usually done by vomiting.
Eating disorders can be fatal and actually have a higher death rate than any psychiatric illness.
And the crazy thing is, online, these disorders are being promoted.
Pro-Ana and Promia, which are pro-anorexia and pro-bulimia websites, have existed since people started using the internet, with the target being mostly teenage girls.
A study done by the University of Haifa in 2011 conducted that the more time teenage girls spend on Facebook, the more likely they are going to create a negative body image of themselves.
Girls are basically taught to compare themselves to other people online, jeopardize the development of their identities, and become more vulnerable to disorders.
You probably think that only girls go through the problems of seeing that ideal body online, but boys go through this issue too.
While girls are trying to be skinnier, guys are trying to be muscular. They see pictures on social media, websites, and television of actors and other famous people with hot bodies, six-packs, and more.
Noor, an educator and mother of a 16-year-old, said, researchers have found a significant relationship between men's exposure to muscular ideal media and negative self-image. It's also a lot more difficult for teenage guys to openly talk about their body because they're more likely to keep their feelings inside than teenage girls.
I know we just dumped a lot of horrible facts on you about social media, but all in all, there are some good results from the moderate use of social media.
It helps enhance your 21st century skills such as communication, creativity, collaboration, technological proficiency, and leadership skills.
Social media has shown a 52% strength in friendships and a 37% strength in family relationships.
88% of teenagers between the ages 13 and 17 value social media because it connects them to their friends that they rarely get to see or speak to. But sadly, about 42% of teenagers wish they could unplug.
Technology is something great and phenomenal, but only in moderation.
An obsession is an obsession nonetheless, and several of us want to break the habit and unplug, but we are in a world where that has generally become impossible.
I'm Martha Gankars.
And I'm Haneen Hamdan.
And this is Technology and Social Media.
That's all, folks.